So we're early morning vlogging once again. Many of you have no doubt already heard this news story, and if you haven't, then you're probably on the other side of the line who won't care, but frickin' Trump has now instituted a new requirement, at least in some states, for Medicaid. Or, let me backtrack before people jump down my throat. Now you're getting it wrong. Alright, fine. He's giving the states the option to opt in, to have work requirements for Medicaid. Many people are on Medicaid because they physically can't work. This is the thing that upsets me, and just... and the only people I've seen be so callous as to try and defend that shit are generally the people who are well off enough to not need it, or to have ever needed it. So I'm just tearing my freaking hair out on this one. I have an article up right now with the requirements. To get Medicaid, adults in these states will have to work or look for a job, study for a high school diploma, learn English as a second language, volunteer, get treatment for addiction, or take care of a family member. And there was like a list of exemptions. Can't find it, but it was like children, pregnant women, and the elderly are exempt. So yeah, here are the states. Where is it? It's further down the article. Okay, so the states that have opted in so far are Arizona, Arkansas, Indiana, Kansas, Kentucky, Maine, New Hampshire, North Carolina, Utah, and Wisconsin. Lovely. I mean, at least it doesn't include California. Yet. God only knows how long that'll take, but once it does, I'm sure I'm screwed. Because as somebody who has literally never, ever had a real job, mostly because of my freaking health problems making it so precarious to where there'd be at least one day every week where I physically can't work. That. And seeing the requirements of a lot of things that, oh, you missed 2 or more days a month, you're fired. I'm like, you'd be lucky if I don't miss that a week. Like, holy shit. Like, this is exactly why I'm like, unless I could find a real job to work from home, which I've been trying to do since I was 18. I mean, I've found the little things that I do. I run an Etsy shop, I do data entry online, and I get what I get from YouTube, but that's what I get. That's my income. That's it. Yeah, people don't want somebody with no college education and no real work experience. So, people like me, this fucks over. Can't volunteer when you can't get around. So, get treatment for an addiction, yeah, and when that's done, then what? You're still on the hook. Take care of a family member, yeah, people are usually taking care of me, so, that's pretty fucked. I know that it's much further reaching than myself, and I'm trying to not let my own emotions get wrapped up in it because of that. But needless to say, I have a lot of feelings, especially as somebody who has indeed applied for it before and was this close to getting approved for it. Any one of the conditions that I would apply for this with would no doubt get me it. Collectively, it's like a done deal. But I flaked out on the last step because I couldn't bring myself to go to court because, oh, one of the conditions I have is agoraphobia. So it's just like, But, I don't know, guys. And the worst part, even my caseworker said that, yeah, you would have had it. You were cleared through everything else. You would have had it. Granted, I would have only had SSI, not SSDI, because SSDI is true disability status, whereas SSI is very limited. It's not enough to, like, live on it. It's supplemental, and there's really stingy rules where maybe it was a blessing in disguise, since you can't ever have, at least in California, you can't ever have more than $2,000 saved up at any point in time, or you're disqualified. May I point out, in California, at least in the Bay Area, most rents are about that just on its own. That's not counting utilities or anything. This is the most expensive area of the country to live in. Just pointing that out. So for it to be so ridiculously low in this area is frigging ludicrous, but there is many flaws with this system. And I just want to point out that signing up to apply to Medicaid, it's not an easy process for most people. Most people have to work at it for years before they ever get it. And you have to jump through so many hoops. It's not like you just go stand in a line, fill out some papers, and oh, free money falls from the sky. That is literally not how it works. Ever. Ever. There's a crap ton of hoops you have to jump through. So for people to be so callous about this is really a dick move. And I'm sure that there's gonna be people on both sides of the line that jump down my throat on this one going, it's to get rid of the freeloaders. Trust me, of the people who succeeded to get on to Medicaid, most of them aren't freeloaders, okay? I'm sure there are some, okay? I am positive there are probably some. But the grand majority of people who sign up for it freaking need it. Like, what the hell, people? But the people who are that callous can't see the nose in front of their face. They literally cannot see outside their scope of range because they've never needed it. They're well off enough to where they can just look down on others like that who need things like that. And it really sucks. But it is how it is. Do I have a point with this? No, I'm more curious just about people's opinions here. And I'm sure some of them I'm not gonna like yet. I'm opening the floor anyway. So, what are your thoughts on the new requirements? I know one person on my Facebook, I was this close to friggin' like defriending over it, where he was just like, no, you don't understand. It's for people who like, they got it because they broke their leg and it healed and now they're perfectly fine. They just don't want to work. I'm like, what kind of screwed up situation are you even talking about? I highly doubt anyone ever got it over a broken leg. But okay, this dude is also like a frigging millionaire, like no fucking joke. So I was like, you don't have a clue how this works, do you? So I just left it alone and have mostly stayed off Facebook ever since, so I don't blow up at anyone. There's probably been more similar comments since then that I have not looked at, just so I don't get my fifis hurt, but yeah, I don't know. It's a loaded topic, and it seems like no matter which side of the line you're on, there's a lot of feelings involved, because the people who don't need it and are well off enough to not need it basically feel like that, and the people who do need it are just as passionate about it in the opposite direction. So it's very loaded. And it makes me feel like I may be making a mistake by even uploading this, but I'm going there anyway, so we're gonna have a discussion, guys, I guess. So, unless if everybody flakes out and just doesn't comment, I don't know. But anyway, figured I'd upload something since never did upload anything yesterday, because my friggin' anxiety was so bad last night. It's been really bad 2 nights in a row, so I ended up going to bed at like 6 o'clock because I just couldn't even cope. It was so bad, so that was a thing. But at least right now I'm feeling better-ish. I'm not sure if it's gonna boomerang again a 3rd night in a row, but I'm gonna hope for the best that it doesn't. But anyways, yeah, that is about all I have to say here. I think you know which side of the line I'm on. Granted, yes, I'm biased since I've tried to apply for it before and may try again to try and get in ahead of the requirements, but anywho, yeah, that all I can say for that. So, let me know your thoughts, even if I'm gonna regret asking them. So, as usual, if you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button. If you're not already and you'd like to be, click subscribe. Make sure you hit the notification bell so you never miss an upload. Leave comments down below, as I've already said like 3 times now. Make sure you're following my social media accounts. And if you like what I do here on this channel and you'd like to help support it, donation links, as always, are down in the description. Anyway, guys, until next time, bye.